if it were happening right now, some people probably could have taken their food outside.
I know, and isn't it nice to have
today.
Local season and get to those places when it's not packed
Yeah.
with tourists? Good way to bring
We
people
get to
out.
all enjoy.
Yeah, today was one of those days where if you had a lunch break and can get outside, I'm sure you took it outside.
Yes, and a lot of people out for a walk.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's a beauty out there today. 41 right now in Bangor, where the sun is still up, although it's going down in just a few moments. And in Congress Square in Portland, 43 degrees right now. If you look across northern Maine, it is colder, and that colder air will be moving in tonight. And that's really the difference maker for our next system. If we didn't have this little push of cold air, we'd just be looking at rain tomorrow, but instead we'll have snow that does change over to rain in some spots during the day. So if you're stepping out tonight, the weather is quiet all night long. We'll bring you to early tomorrow morning. This is 6 a.m. and look at how much of the state is still dry. So if you have an early commute tomorrow, you can get to work with no problem. But the snow will be moving in during the morning by 8 o'clock, getting into Lewiston. It's into Portland at that point, and it may be mixing with rain at the immediate coastline. So there probably won't be much accumulation right at the water's edge. But you go just inland, this will be coming down at a pretty good clip late morning over western Maine and New Hampshire, moving into Waterville and Rockland by about 9 or 10 in the morning, and then moving into eastern Maine after that. Now at noontime, we'll probably have some pretty good snowfall rates in this zone here, but we'll begin to see that change over with rain move north. So I think whatever falls in this area will just change over to kind of a slushy accumulation during the middle of the day, while it's still snowing into the afternoon farther north, and then we'll get that mix even into Bangor by about 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Then we'll just taper this down to showers tomorrow evening. So here's another look at the start times for the snow. I think in southern Maine, there may be some issues by 8 or 9 in the morning, but in a lot of central and eastern Maine, you can get to work and school with no problem. And by the time schools would be letting out, a lot of the heavier stuff should be ending there. But a good burst of snow, it looks like, farther inland, 4 to 6 inches for the Oxford Hills and Mount Washington Valley, 2 to 4 inches of snow for much of the rest of the state. Again, less along the coastline where we'll see that change over to rain that really reduces it down to some slush by midday or early afternoon tomorrow. Storm pulls away on Friday. We get a break with sunshine. It will be colder though, with temperatures in the 30s on Friday. And then a very similar looking system comes in on Saturday with again another burst of snow that can accumulate a few inches and probably changes over to a mix with rain in about the southern third of the state. That'll move out for Sunday, and then colder air does move in. We'll have highs in the 20s on Sunday, but the sunshine will return. Tomorrow sees building 6 to 9 feet. A small craft advisory is up on the water. So tomorrow morning, snow will be moving in, and a lot of the state around 6, 7 in the morning, especially northeast of Portland. There won't be much happening, but then the snow moves in as the morning goes along, changing over to rain at the coast. Dry for Friday, a little breezy, and then another very similar looking system on Saturday. A bit colder for Sunday and Monday, and then it looks like we'll rebound again toward the middle of next week. So tomorrow's kind of a challenging one for schools, because in some cases you can get to school with no problem, and by the time the school will be letting out, things will be letting up. So timing's a challenge.
Some decisions to be made.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, thanks.
You're welcome.